We just looks like audio is connecting. You know what? And you can hear me, right? I'm not sure if it says the audience can view things. It's saying press 1 to start the broadcast for all attendees. So I'm not sure if we have a technical glitch. Let's see. And everyone, if you can hear me, audience, please type in that you can hear me. Because it looks like we have about 9 people already in the audience. And it doesn't look like, it looks like they're all still on hold. Okay. Well, I'm not sure, but what I'm going to do is get started regardless. I'm not sure what to do about that, but nonetheless, we'll get started. Okay. Well, just to assume that everyone can hear me, we're going to get started today. This is Dina Moskowitz with SaaSmax. I'm the CEO, and I'm happy to be here today with Ted Finch and Anita Biss, both of AccountSight, who are here to talk about an amazing time scheduling and billing software that has been doing very well in the SaaSmax community. And we're going to give you a little bit of information about SaaSmax, and then we'll move on quickly to be able to let you learn more about SaaSmax. SaaSmax is the ultimate value-add marketplace, and we're connecting resellers with business cloud apps. And really what that means is we're helping resellers to discover the right apps for you and help you earn more revenue with your customers and deliver good value, make you be that trusted advisor who walks in the door and gives them great ideas and great ways and solutions to improve their business. We offer special offers and incentives from our SaaS vendors. You get to speak with a dedicated account executive. We have great search capabilities on the marketplace so that you can discover new categories of apps and the different types of apps available by category. We have excellent data for each app vendor listed in the marketplace so that rather than having to go to their website, most of the information, including technical details, will be available in the marketplace, including reseller programs and incentives, as well as the commission programs and how to work with the vendor. We also facilitate personal introductions and do matchmaking and provide SaaS education like we're doing today with the webinars. We also have PRM tools and affiliate platform links coming soon, and we look to help however we can to facilitate doing business between resellers and vendors. So today I'm here with Anita Biss, and she is the co-founder and VP of the Partner Program at AccountSight. She has over 25 years of corporate work experience from companies such as Revlon, Benson Doubleday, Dell, and Cendant. And she also has worked in government for former Ambassador Robert White at the Center for International Policy in Washington, D.C. So she brings a plethora of experience. And Anita, I'd love to introduce you and then let you introduce Ted.
Sure. Thanks, Dina, for the nice introduction. I'm really excited to meet the SaaSmax resellers on the call today. As Dina said, if you sign up with AccountSight, you'll be dealing directly with me, and I'll do everything possible to help you make money with AccountSight. So welcome to AccountSight SnAPPshot Webinar. We have a great product, and I'm here to answer your questions about our software at the end. Meanwhile, I will have Ted Finch, our CMO, take you through the presentation. Let me tell you a little bit about him. Ted is a former VP of Marketing at GE, Senior VP at Motorola, original VP of Marketing with Goldmine Software. He wrote the marketing plan for Netscape, formed Red Storm with Tom Clancy, and built the world's largest channel launch company in the early 90s, from 13 to over 4,000 people, while building the channels for Autodesk, Sony, 15 divisions of Microsoft, HP, Citrix, Adobe, and more. He also helped put together our channel program, and we'll take you through the slide. Here's Ted. Take it away.
Hey, thanks a lot, Anita. Let's see if we can go to the next slide over here. Let me give you an overview. There's 3 main questions that typically the resellers are asking about. First, is your product any good? Is it competitive? Second of all is, can I make any money? You know, do you compete with me? what are your margins, what's your reseller program look like? And then the third thing is, once I sign up, are you guys really going to help me? Are you going to treat me good and going to help me to sell your product? So I'll go through each of these first with the product positioning. Second is I'll touch on the reseller program, and then I'll go through a couple things we're going to do to generate demand, to generate leads to help you out. So let's go through the product itself. First of all, there's a lot of different billing applications out there. And this is one nice application. We're getting a lot of resellers that are applying and signing up for the program just to be able to use AccountSight. But there's a couple different options. Software out there is, you can usually use it for time tracking, but it only tracks the time. So if you see the amount of time that it then takes you, once you track your time, to go into your QuickBooks, to generate your invoices and your expenses, get it all approved, confirm it, that process is really painful. So there's a second category that's time tracking and billing. Unfortunately, most of the companies who are doing both of those applications, it's very bloated, it's complicated, and a lot of times we find that the cost for the application is sometimes more than the amount that they're even billing for. And of course then there's the good old reliable spreadsheets, but the amount of money that you save in application, you spend in all that extra time, and all of this is, it's just delayed, you delay your billing, it's always a painful process as you're going through this. So all that the folks really want to do is they just want to get paid and get back to work. So that's the problem. And here's the, here's one of the concepts. The next screen, please. So wouldn't it be nice to have a system that would track your time and expenses, instantly connects with your popular accounting like QuickBooks, automatically invoices, sends, and even reconciles your payment, but that's also pretty easy to use and affordable. So if that's the case, perhaps you consider AccountSight, which is the next product, which is the #1 easiest and affordable time tracking and billing software. So let's go through a little bit about the company and why it was created and why the product was created, primarily because even within the company, the founder was doing a lot of consulting for other companies. He found most of the stuff out there was, again, it was either just time tracking and you still had all that invoice stuff to worry about, or he got into the invoice software and it was just complicated. He found that this was pretty synonymous with other people who'd been using the same type of products. So when he created this, it got a little bit of noise, out in some of the publications, and it's used right now by a lot of the independent consultants out there, even companies like, or even organizations like the Department of Defense. VMware uses this themselves for their consulting group, and many more, their enterprise. There's 5 main reasons why you might want to consider this. This is the next slide. #1, first, it's easy to track time and expenses. It's easy to get this approved. Let's see, Dina, the next slide. And then #3, it's easy to invoice and get paid, and of course then it's easy to afford, and then easy to try. So let's go through each of those reasons. And again, what we're trying to work with here is we're trying to give you the value proposition of the product as to why someone would be a fool not to consider it. So first of all, when it was conceived, it was built out with an interface designed so you just click a button and it starts logging your time. So it's very easy to do each of these. It even has like a process flow chart right there in the opening screen. It has tutorial videos. There's over 12 different videos that show you any different aspect. In my case, I've never had to use a video, but they're all available. It also does a couple things, even again, that stopwatch timer. Something unique on this too is that it actually keeps the stopwatch on the server. So in the event that your machine crashes or you turn it off and you forget, at least you're not going to lose time. You may have to go back and adjust it if you've overbilled, but certainly it's going to keep track of it. Okay, the second reason to consider it is that it's also easy to get approved. So we found that there was a problem once somebody got their invoices, they turn it into the company, then they've got to get their manager to approve it, they've got to get their client to approve it. So the process that most of the software used for that was very cumbersome. And then even simple things like line level expense approval. Let's say they disagree with you about one particular item. Within AccountSight, you can have just that item approved and at least get paid for that while you're working out the details and the rest. Everything designed to try and make sure that you get paid as fast as possible. And then in addition to this, you can also approve multiple timesheets, and then even the signatures and scanned documents can all be attached right within the application. So it runs the process for you, fairly simple and easily, especially to get approved. Okay, the third reason is that it's easy to invoice and get paid. So if you have different types of spreadsheets that different people in the field are using, and you've got a team of people, you can bulk load all these, put it into the system. You can also accept partial payment on invoices, And the system will reconcile all of this. I particularly like it because of the built-in PayPal integration, which is so popular that if you decide that you want to use PayPal, it'll automatically, when they've made the payment, it will send you back the receipt and it will update your accounting in QuickBooks. Some other things over here is this confirmed email receipt I think is pretty clever. So sometimes people say, well, I haven't really gotten it, but your records show that they actually opened the email 3 days ago. And if they haven't opened it, at least you sort of know why your payment is being delayed. And the fourth reason over here is that it's very easy to afford. So we have very simple plans. You're going to find that the pricing on this is very similar to time tracking. Not just time and billing, but what we're doing is we're spliced somewhere in between on our pricing model between time tracking and time and billing so that it's one of the price performance leaders, and so it makes it very easy. If you happen to be selling another time tracking application or time and billing application and the customer is willing to swallow the higher price and you can make those margins, by all means, help them out with that. But if you get into a competitive bid situation, I think that you're going to find that with AccountSight, you're going to be able to slip it right in there, and pricing is not going to be the objection. And then the fifth reason over here. Yes?
Ted, I have one question which might be relevant to this, which is, does this integrate with QuickBooks for small businesses, or is this used instead of QuickBooks? That was asked by Vince.
You can use it in two ways. One is you can use it instead of QuickBooks if you want to handle all your invoicing manually within the system. If you have QuickBooks, you can click on a button and it will connect it to QuickBooks, and it will actually make the entries for you and reconcile your accounts. Pretty clever. The integration is pretty tight.
Thank you.
Okay, so the fifth reason is that it's easy to try. So we do have free 30-day trials, and you can even do this with your customers. And then there's no upfront payment. And partially, even on the free 30-day trials, we've seen some that require a credit card just to be able to try it. And we're trying to make it very easy. Then as a reseller, the clever thing about this is, of course, this is all set up through an affiliate linking system. So if they link on it from yours and then they make that purchase, we make sure that you get the credit for that so we can pay you for all the orders that you were able to place. Then there's a couple other ways, but we would discuss that once somebody actually applies to the reseller program. Okay, so the next question that you want to ask is, again, is it competitive? So that's the next slide, Dina. And so when you look at this against the time tracking and against the time and the billing, and if you were to look at the comparative matrix here, you'd see that feature-wise, it looks like the competition is hemorrhaging. So it's a very robust application, very integrated, has lots of excellent features, and yet it's a price performance leader. Okay, now let's talk about the market space. Who uses this? So if you sell time and tracking, you can add now time and billing. If you sell time and billing, but you want to win more deals, especially if it's a competitive bid, then you can sell this in where it's a better value. But certainly, regardless, it's always going to be much easier. And of course, with most of the resellers, just by applying to the reseller program, you'll have access to the software. And so you can check it out, and if it works for you, then it's certainly something that you'd feel comfortable recommending and setting up with your prospects and with your customers. And again, here's the other part over here. It is integrated with QuickBooks and with PayPal, so if they use it, they can certainly leverage it. So it's used from freelancers to enterprise and multiple different horizontal and vertical markets. So as a reseller, the resellers like to use AccountSight even for your own business. Also, some of the service industries like accountants, law firms, graphic designers, engineers, architects, but even still, if someone wants to just do manual invoicing, then you can use this even if you don't have QuickBooks. You can still use this to be able to do your invoicing for your applications. And then for the price, you'll find, again, it's very, very competitive. Okay, now let's answer the next question. So again, the first question, is the product positioned well? Does it have, is it competitive? And again, we'll send you a copy of the PowerPoint. We'll send you the actual PowerPoint that we give to customers, and we'll send you a copy of the competitive matrix. When you take a look at that, it's very easy to position the product. The next question is, can you make any money? And that's usually determined by your reseller program. And so as Anita mentioned earlier, I am the one who set up and developed and built out reseller programs for Microsoft, Citrix, Netscape, Adobe, HP. I built that whole company out. And so, of course, our program is a world-class reseller program. We have highly competitive margins. We start everybody at the gold level, which is right in the middle, and we do have a multi-tier program to reward loyalty. But during the first 90 days, we jumpstart you for anything that you register or sell for an extra 10% because we realize you've got that opportunity cost of learning new software and new systems. We want to make sure that we cover the bases and we cover your expense for that. We also have perpetual margins throughout the lifetime of the product, and you get paid every 30 days. So once you've got your page set up for AccountSight on your website, all you do is just notify us, and you'll notify Anita, and she'll immediately add you to the reseller map so that people can find you themselves. We do have deal registration. We have, again, 12 different videos on trainings, plus some additional ones just for the resellers. We have an MBA program, partner conference. We have lots of sales tools, a persuasive PowerPoint, not just informative, and then free NFR copy just for applying. So again, we're confident enough that if you apply, we'll go ahead and give you the copy of that, and if you like it, and it helps you to help some of your customers, then we've got ourselves a good partnership. Okay, the next page, we'll talk about some of the resources. Once you come on board, we take you through the basic orientation, which is a 1-hour orientation. We take you through the product demo, and we take you through the material that we have available in the portal. Then we convert over, and a couple weeks later, we contact you, and we set up a schedule once a month. We will switch hats, and we will come in as your own personalized regional marketing manager. So we'll first help you get a web page optimized for local leads, and we'll talk to you about SEO on that. We'll help you to set up your first email campaign to drive traffic to the webinar. And then you'll notice also that we will be running webinars, usually 2 per week, that you can literally drive your prospects to the webinar. We'll give the dog and pony show, and then you can turn around afterwards and close the deal. So while you're still trying to learn how to give a demo of the product, we'll actually model this to you and help you with your prospects. Also, in addition, we will do, again, model calls, coaching calls. We have a lot of different content in there, and free sales and product training. Okay, let's talk about the next steps. So
Great.
The first thing
Ted,
to do, yes, go ahead.
I just want to interject to our SaaSmax resellers that is an extremely robust program for the product that you're offering, and I would encourage everyone to take advantage of that, because to be able to have you be on the calls, to help train you, to help go through some mock conversations can make a big difference. So
well, good.
I commend you on it, yes.
Well, thank you very much, Dina. Well, here's the special offer. Again, get free NFR access. So we'll give you access for unlimited users just for applying for the reseller program. It takes, just a few minutes. Also, remember, you'll get an extra 10% margin for your first 90 days. And again, it covers that opportunity cost to be able to check it out. So you can go to SaaSmax, just type in AccountSight, and you'll see it there, and you can apply there. You can also go to reseller.accountsight. You can call Anita at her direct line right here, and partners at AccountSight will also get directly to Anita, and she'll be able to help you with any questions that you have. But the main thing is let's let you check this out, see if it works for you, and then you can see how this will work also with your prospects and your existing clients. And after that, I'm going to turn it back over to Anita for her to answer any questions along with Dina. And thanks guys for showing up. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks, Ted, so much. That was great. Really appreciate it. And if any of the resellers have questions, I'd be happy to answer the questions now. And again, I'm here to help you make money with AccountSight. So any questions, anything that you need, I'd be very, very happy to answer it. If there's something you need, I can accommodate. If your customers have some special requirements, if they want particular reports created, our IT team is happy to do those for no charge. So we definitely want you to get the deal with the customers. So we're very willing to add extra functionality or anything else, just for you to get that account. So definitely, we're here to support you all the way. So if you have any questions, please let me know.
Excellent. One of the questions that we have is, does AccountSight allow clients or customers or whatnot to basically do any scheduling in addition to having you do time tracking and billing?
It is not a scheduling software. I mean, you can have your own internal employees request time off and things like that, but it's not for client scheduling. So no. I know it's under that category in SaaSmax, the time tracking, scheduling, and all that, but it doesn't have that calendar feature, no.
Okay. No worries. And as far as your scalability, one of the questions was, can it service a customer that's as large as 500 users?
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. And I mean, you know, we have a VMware, you know, we have some departments using it, and, you know, they have a lot of employees, so it's absolutely scalable. We can also do an integration model, you know, so if it's a big company and they want to integrate with the server, we can definitely talk about it. That's absolutely doable as well. So there really is no limit. It is a great software. Everything is right there. It's hands-on. It's easier to use than a lot of the big complicated software out there. I won't mention names, but companies spend, you know, hundreds of thousands for those implementations, and then they have it, and it's just not user-friendly. So we're absolutely, you know, very open to doing integrations as well with bigger companies. Although it's perfect for every size, you know, every size type of business.
Excellent. There's another question, but I think we addressed it already about integration with QuickBooks. So
yes, it is integrated with QuickBooks, absolutely. So it's very convenient because QuickBooks, their time tracking is a little weak. So this way, you know, if you still love QuickBooks, you get the best of both worlds. You do time tracking expenses with, you know, AccountSight, and then you can transfer everything to QuickBooks and, you know, do the reporting there. So it's, you know, definitely it's synergistic with QuickBooks.
Great. And one of the other questions is just, it seems we have some people who are not being able to hear the audio and others who are. And so, yeah, there is a couple of questions saying, can we please send the recorded video to you? And of course we will. It will be posted in their SaaSmax profile in the next, hopefully by end of day today, otherwise tomorrow. And we will make sure to email you. Everyone who is on this call today is able to, we have your information, and we'll make sure to send you a recorded version of this. So I apologize to those who haven't been able to hear it, but you can't hear me right now if that's the case. And so I think that's all we have in questions. So I'm going to stop the recording. But Anita and Ted, thank you so much for this fantastic presentation about AccountSight. We've gotten some good comments along the way about how it looks great, and hopefully this will be leading to more introductions to you from SaaSmax resellers and adoption. And I'll put that screen back up here about how to contact you directly or through the SaaSmax site, as you know, or you can always ask Donna Olmstead or one of our other SaaS account managers who can help you to make the introductions directly. So have a great day, everyone. We will send the recorded webinar soon. And again, Anita, thank you so much. Congratulations on a great product, and we're glad to be part of your resale program. And we'll have a great day, everyone. Thank you so much.